morning, guys. How are you? I hope you are all good. I just realised instead of going live on my Instagram, I was doing a reel. So I'm just changing that over. So sorry, I'm a bit up close and personal. Just bear with me. Stay with me for a sec. Because I can't get out of this now. Oh, for goodness sake. Honestly, what a nightmare. Good morning. Are you all right? Yeah? Are you all good? I hope you're good. Let's go live on Insta. There we go. Now we're up and running. There we go. We're on. Are you good? Are you ready? It is the first hoop of 2024. So are you ready to hoop with me? I am Emma. I am Body Bliss Fitness and I'm going to do the hoop and chat. Now, before you all think, oh, just another person selling a hoop. No, I'm not, honestly. I can recommend this though. I'm actually just going to hoop and talk to you because I find it easy and standing again. Hello, because I feel a bit dumb. All right. If you do want to know about this is a Power Hoop Deluxe. And the reason I'm happy to say these are great are because I've been using them for about 10 years. So I'm going to start hooping and then I'll tell you about them and we'll talk about life. You ready? First of all, stand tall, zip up your tummy. So I imagine I've got freshly washed tight jeans on and I'll zip them up, do your belly button up. I put my hoop on, I put my right leg forwards, turn my hoop to the left and go. Right, how many of you have seen those stupid little hoops that are like a tiny little circle and there's a string and a little ball on the end? Have any of you seen them? So a friend of mine sent me a video of someone doing the hoop and they weren't working their core at all. They were just standing there, moving their entire, it was really weird. I'm not really sure what they were doing, to be honest. So if you want to do something for your core and you want to use a hoop, get one of these. They're great. So it's a weighted hula hoop. It's called a Power Hoop Deluxe. And I have got us a 10% discount code because I asked for one. And that's it. Hooping is fantastic for waking up your core muscles, for adding some daily movement, for me, for massaging out my digestive system, and it can help reduce your waist to hip ratio. So pretty damn good, really. Those of you who've got more bulk in the middle, you may be more apple shaped than a pear. It's even more beneficial for you, but it is a bit harder initially to hoop. Not going to lie, it is. I don't know why, it just is. I guess because if you go in more in the waist, it's easier. So that's just a few little things on hooping. Hooping is good for just about everyone, but there are a few people who can't. Number one, if you're pregnant, do not hoop. And number two, if you've got any specific issues with your discs, degenerative discs, obviously definitely don't hoop. If you've got like non-specific back pain, which is quite often related to posture or just not very strong muscles, not very strong core, this is great, really good. Anyway, right, excuse the staying me this morning. If you have watched me for the first time and you want to see someone perfect, don't rock up and watch me. I've literally just finished teaching. It was our first class back of the new year. I was sweating and struggling. It was great. I loved every minute of it, but my gosh, it was hard. So I look like I've just trained because I have. If you want to know any more about my online classes, great, come and join me. I would love you to. So Monday to Friday, I teach on Body Blitz Fitness, and we do normally 30-minute classes, normally Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday morning, and Monday and Wednesday evening. So if you fancy coming and joining me, you don't have to do all of them, by the way. You could just come and do one or the other, or you could come and join me and do every single one. There's even a taster week if you want to try it. So let me know. So come on and talk to me. How was your New Year? Did you do anything for New Year's Eve? We had plans. We normally go out on New Year's Eve. We used to go down the end of our road. There's something called the Pavilion, and there was a disco down there every New Year's Eve. We'd go with our friends and live down our road. Super convenient, super fun. The Pavilion's shut down now. They're going to knock it down and build a new, posh complex and everything. So it was our first year about the Pavilion. So we were like, right, what do we do? Not going to lie, I'm not a party pooper, but I've never been that bothered about New Year's Eve. It's just been super convenient to walk down the end of the road. So I wasn't too fussed whether we went out or not. Anyway, we found somewhere new to go in Dartford, booked the tickets. No one, of course, sorted out taxis or anything. I don't think anyone thought, how are we going to get there? I'm like, well, how are we getting there? So I made the decision I'd drive there and drive back because I don't really need to drink I don't actually. Maybe I drink once or twice a year, and that's only if I go out. And I don't really enjoy drinking, to be quite honest. And when I do, don't laugh, this is going to sound really bad. When I do drink, I drink shots because I don't really like alcohol. And the only reason I'm going to have a drink is to chill me out and make me less like, whoo, so I get quite nervous when I go out. So I drink shots. I know, I'm one extreme to the other. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, so I was like, I'll drive. Anyway, we were too ill to go out. So we didn't. We stayed in. And we ate Domino's pizza. I mean, my God. So yeah, that was my New Year's Eve. A little bit different to normal, but there you go. But you know what is nice? Stayed indoors with the dogs. The dogs loved it. They were all tucked up on us. We watched some films. It was great. So yeah, I was in bed. We went to bed at 9. So stayed up watching a film. I think we turned that off about 11:30, but unfortunately I was asleep before 12. So yeah, there you go. That was my exciting New Year's Eve. But you know what was quite nice? Getting up yesterday and not feeling horrific. I felt a little bit rough because I hadn't been very well. We had COVID just before Christmas, and I know like nobody cares about COVID anymore, but I don't know, it just made me feel really, really rough. And I've been really, really working on building my immunity, been really looking after myself and fueling my body. So God knows how ill I've been if I hadn't been doing all of that. So anyway, that was my New Year's Eve. What did you do? And did you set yourself New Year's resolutions or goals? I think setting goals is a good idea, but I think you should do that all the time anyway. But when you're doing New Year's resolutions, I just think you're setting yourself up under more pressure. Like, I don't know about you, like everyone's, oh, Happy New Year. And I don't mean don't say Happy New Year, but it sets you up, doesn't it? You feel like you've got to be spot on. You feel like you've got to be perfect. You feel like everything's just got to be fantastic when, let's be honest, sometimes things aren't fantastic, are they? So I just think don't put yourself under any more pressure. If you are going to use the new year as an excuse to start getting fit and healthier, hell yes, just do it. If that's what you need for a sign, take it. I'll take that. Do it. That's cool. But other than that, don't put yourselves under more pressure. Don't do it to yourselves. Right. Do you know what? I've got no idea how long I've been hooping. That's a bit bad, isn't it? I'm going to just put a timer on so that when I do the other side, I don't keep going for too long. So I'm going to catch the hoop. Look, just catch the hoop. Normally, you guys would just let your legs, put your legs together, let the hoop drop, squat down, pick it up. You must hoop both sides. One of the biggest things I get from people is going, Emma, either I can't keep the hoop up or I can only hoop one side. And I'm like, listen, it's just practice. It's like anything. Just keep practicing, you'll get better. You've got to hoop both sides. Otherwise, you'll end up bent over like a banana. If anyone's watching on Instagram, I don't know why it keeps cutting out. So sorry, happens a lot lately. Maybe it's because I've got too many things going on. Because I've got Instagram on, I've got TikTok on, I've got Facebook, and I've got YouTube. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's too much going through. Don't know. So yeah, sorry if it keeps cutting out. Right, so let's have a little chat. Yesterday, I saw something. It's great. It's a guy called Dave Asprey. Do you know who Dave Asprey is? Anyway, basically, he did the Bulletproof Diet and Bulletproof Coffee, and he does lots of biohacking. So anyway, I do follow quite a bit of his stuff. He put a post up yesterday, and he wrote, to everyone that I triggered in 2023, may you work on yourselves in 2024. And I loved it. And I thought, do you know what? I love that. Because some of you know, I have had quite a lot of abuse. I think anyone who does anything on social media, unfortunately, a downside is there's a lot of horrible people out there who just want to shoot you down and be nasty. For me personally, if I see something I don't like, I don't feel the need to be horrible. I just scroll past. But you would be surprised the horrible stuff I've had. And like one of my posts I put up with my jeans that went absolutely nuts. There was hundreds of comments, and I had to actually, for the first time ever, shut the comments off because people have been so horrible. You know, it was really nasty. And it was, I triggered them. And I triggered a lot of women. So a lot of women, including, funny enough, one of my friends, felt that I wasn't allowed to put a moaning post up saying about standardised clothing and saying the struggles that women face getting clothes to fit them, as in talking about standard sizes. My point of the post was meant to be, it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, whether you're bigger, smaller, fatter, thinner, fit, not fit, it doesn't matter. Standardised clothes sizing is really difficult. That was all the post was. Also, it was I couldn't be asked to jump around in the aerobics gear, so I just put this post up. And that's all it was meant to be. What it did do instead was triggered a hell of a lot of people, particularly women, to be bloody nasty. And I got a lot of abuse. I answered back every single comment, which I will never bother doing again. A couple of people were actually really honest and said sorry. And they actually said, I'm really sorry, Emma. I actually took it out on you about how I was feeling about myself. And I thought, you know what, to those people, hats off to them for being honest and admitting what they've done. So they were admitting, my post triggered how they felt about themselves. What about me at all? But there's always some people you just can't reason with. And there was somebody, she was calling me a saggy, tramp-stamped old grandma. I mean, she really, I really triggered her. I was her marmite, I tell you. She hated me. And then the other day, I was doing a hoop and chat, and I was saying, oh, guys, do not worry if you've eaten like a shit pig. It doesn't matter. Most of us have done it. I wasn't calling people shit pigs. I was using that just as a term for when we don't eat well and we feel awful. And I was saying, don't beat yourself up. What done is done. You know, just move forward. It's done. Some woman's messaging me, attacking me, telling me that I'm calling people names. I shouldn't do that. Then telling me I look like Coraline's other mother from the animated film Coraline. That was pretty harsh. And I was like, bloody hell. I'm only standing here doing a free hoop and chat, talking about life, trying to encourage people to exercise, trying to make them feel better. And she totally attacked me, because she wasn't listening properly. So I think and then another post, this is where I'm going with this, by the way. I do this a lot. Sorry, guys, I get into my subjects and forget what my thread was. Another thread was, I saw another post, another fitness person put up a post today, and she said, my goal in 2024 is to tell a lot more people to F-U-C-K off. And it made me giggle. So between Dave Asprey's and that one, it really made me laugh. And I thought, you know what? Yeah! Hell yeah! So if I trigger you, too bloody bad. Look at yourselves. It's your problem, not mine. No, seriously. It just, you know where it just made me giggle? Because I thought, it really upsets me when people are horrible as well. I haven't got a very thick skin, unfortunately. And literally, I haven't, by the way. I literally don't have a thick skin. Because when I was younger and got scanned and was having my babies, they were like, oh, Emma, you've got such thin skin. It's so easy to scan you. And I was like, yeah, great. But I'm not going to age well because I've got really thin skin. Brilliant. And now I'm standing here. I will be 53 at the end of this month. And I still haven't got a thick skin. So I will be honest, it really upsets me when people are nasty. I wish that I didn't care, but I do. But maybe I'm going to think a little bit more about those two comments those two people made, saying, number one, if I triggered you in 2023, in 2024, maybe you should look at yourselves. And the other one is telling more people to F off. I mean, I probably won't be writing F off, to be honest, but in my head, I'll be saying it. What do you think? Right, someone's comment. Hopefully it's nice. Oh, Sam, it's my little Sam. Thank you. I love you too, Poppet. But it is, honestly, it is really scary because when you're really passionate about what you do, like, I love my job, I really do. But I don't know about you guys, you look on social media and there's so much perfection. You know, there's people that are looking amazing, they're perfect, they're young and everything's up where it should be and they look great and they look like they're living their best lives. And I want to come on and say, no, it doesn't have to be perfect. All we have to do is keep showing up and keep trying. Just never give up. Keep going. Be consistent. And that's the key. So that's why I put myself out here. You know, as I said to you, I'm 52. I'm almost 53. I'm a personal trainer. I'm a class instructor. I am so lucky. I've survived in this industry for 34 years so far. That's unusual. It doesn't always work like that. You know, people either come into it later life or they start early and burn out. I've kept going. When people nag me, oh, show me your before and after pictures. Where's your transformation? I'm like, well, to be honest, I haven't actually got one. And the only reason I haven't got one is just because I'm consistent and because what I practice, what I preach most of the time. So that's why. The only sort of transformation pics I've got are my pregnancy ones because I was huge when I was pregnant. I put on over 6 stone with both of my children. And when I say over, I mean over. So I can't do that. And I just think, you know, shush, the postman just put a post through. Shush, guys, it's just a postman. So that's why I'm standing. I put myself out here and I'm not perfect and I'm not fully made up. My hair's a mess, you know, because I want you to have somebody real who will listen to you and talk to you and will do everything she can to support you, who's gone through most things that women go through. You know, I've gone through all the different hormonal phases. I've survived them. I had low risk chemo between my children. I managed to survive that. I've had 2 kids. My kids have got teenage years. My son who's 23, that's still stressful. You know, lots of things. I'm a mummy to chihuahuas. Obviously not literally. Well, I am. I'm their mummy. You know, I've gone through so many different things in life.
and in health and fitness. And I'm hoping that the mistakes that I've made, because we all make mistakes, I've learned from over the years. And the idea is, if you come and train with me, you don't have to make all those mistakes because I've made them for you and I can save you time. You haven't got to make them because I'm here to help you instead. Sound good? Right. I'm going to stop hooping and stop chatting because, as you can hear, once I start talking, I go on and on quite a lot. So thank you so much for listening today. Thank you for following me. And if you don't follow me, click and follow me. Come and join me. And if you kind of like me, I know it's sincerely, I am definitely like Marmite. You either love me or you hate me, I think. If you think, oh, I like her, come and train with me. I've got something for everyone. I've literally, just before this, I was filming the daily challenge for the rest of this week. And the daily challenge for January, it's 1 minute exercises a day. And it's the midsection meltdown. So it's core strengthening exercises and to help you get into healthy habits. And I think when it's something as achievable as 1 minute, those of you who want it, you could do like 1 minute every hour if you wanted to, or you can just do it once. It's just something achievable to start. So if you want to know any more about that or coming to train with me, please drop me a message. I would love to train with you. But most importantly, Happy New Year. Thanks for listening, and I will see you soon. So I'm going to click on this down because there's lots of little phones I've got on. I've literally got 3 phones on here. So it's really dodgy, or it looks dodgy on my 3 phones. I never know where to look. So thanks for following me, and I'll see you soon. Bye, my lovelies. See ya.